We are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Ready. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And cycle.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The Dolphins sit 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Red cycle.
Now Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Okay,
so into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Tua going to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Ready,
so after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Ready?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that will be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And he'll be out right at the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Jones on the return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Jones.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Throwing Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here we go. Back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Trail. Yellow. Set.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards a 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. To try again after the sack. Tua. That ball caught by Campbell.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Tua now on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On 2nd and 10, Tua buying time to his left. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Spiller, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go now.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Tua. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones on the move to his left. He completes it to Beckham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to him on 1st down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
From the gun, it's Tua. Being chased out left. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Jones now on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This take it in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Harris running straight ahead, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Jones throwing on first down. The ball comes out, and the Dolphins have got it.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick